going to settle this. Who makes the best baitcast reel? Is it Daiwa? Is it Shimano? Is it Abu Garcia? Or is it Luz? You know, they're all very good. You know, I asked this question on my Facebook page, and I had pretty equal responses for all of them. You know, it's kind of like that Chevy and Ford debate. You know, whatever you have is definitely the best. You know, whoever you're sponsored by, it's definitely the best. You know, me personally, I'm not sponsored by any of them. You know, I've worked with these companies before. I've purchased their products. I've used them for product reviews and things like that. And I'm not partial to anything. I mean, look, you have a Luz hat right here, Shimano hat right here, got an Abu Garcia sweatshirt over there, so I'm not partial to any of them. This is just my opinion on who makes the best. And for this test, I have 4 reels I've been using for the last 5 trips, and I've been fishing them on the same type of equipment. You know, all fishing a jig head swim bait, all on 15-pound test fluorocarbon, all on a similar type rod. And I've come to some conclusions on what I like about each of them and some things that I don't. So this is my opinion, and afterwards I'd like to hear what your favorite is and why. So we'll start off. This is the Corrado 70, and I've been a long time Shimano guy. I'll admit that. My first baitcaster was a Shimano, and I like them. You know, they've went up and down, in my opinion, over the years. You know, they used to be by far the best, and they kind of went down. I think they're back towards the top. And the new Corrados, especially this Corrado 70, are awesome. You know, I have 3 of the regular size Corrado, and this is my first of the 70 size, and I like it a lot. You know, it's as someone who's used to Shimano, I like the braking system. I like the adjustments. I'm used to them, so I do like this reel. This is $179. You know, I really haven't found too much that I don't like about it yet, but one thing that I have found with my other Corrados, like I said, I have 3 of the newer Corrado eyes. One of them is not as good as the other 2 after a lot of hard use, so time will tell on the durability of this one. Now, next one is Abu Garcia, and this is the STX, the Revo Gen 3 STX. This one retails for $199, and I like it. It's really easy to adjust the braking. You know, it's just that simple magnetic braking right there. They're quality reels. There's a lot of different price points for people. You know, I have everything from the Black Max up to the Revo MGX, and there's some that I like more than others, but they're all pretty solid. Now, one thing that I will say about these is the durability might be something to question. You know, I've had a few of them where the thumb bars start to stick a little bit. You know, I've had parts starting to come off, and it could just be from using them quite a bit, but solid reel for the price. Next one is the Luz, and this is actually the first Luz that I ever got, that I've ever fished with. And this is called the Team Luz Custom Pro Speed Spool SLP. You know, that's one thing about Luz is their names all sound the same. They all are difficult, at least for me, to figure out which one's which one's a higher end. I'm not really knocking them, but that's just something that I've noticed from trying to decide which one to get. This one is actually the highest priced out of the reels that I've tested. This one retails for about $250. It's a brand new one. One thing I really liked about this reel is the knobs. This is the Wind Grips knobs, and this is the first reel I've ever had with these knobs. And when I first got it, I thought, you know, they might be a little bit too big, they might be uncomfortable, but actually this is one of my favorite things about these is those Wind Grip knobs, and I hope other companies do that because they're very comfortable and it's cool when you're fighting a fish. Now, another thing I did like about this reel is it has a little indicator on there that you can adjust to keep track of what pound line that you have on that reel. So you don't have to put any stickers or anything like that. It's just a simple knob. So you can adjust it to say, hey, I have 15-pound fluorocarbon, I have, you know, braid or whatever it is, just to kind of remember what pound test is on there. So those are 2 cool features I liked about it. Now, the actual fishing, if I would have tested this after a couple days or done this video after a couple days of fishing, this would have blown them away because it casts very good and everything else. But the problem is, after my 5th trip with using it, it squeals like crazy. And I don't know, maybe I just got a bad one. I don't know what it is, but I'll take a quick pause here so we can listen to that audio. But I don't know, maybe, I don't know what's going on, but it is very loud. So that's the sound of the Luz, and again, it could just be, you know, whatever the case, the weather or anything else. I haven't fished it since that squeal started, but it definitely kind of turned me off a little bit from it. But other than that, solid reel, some cool features, casts very, very well. Now, last one is the Daiwa Tatula Ct, and this is their newest one. It's a smaller size reel. The Tatula has been out for a while, but this is actually the lowest price out of all the ones that I tested. This one retails for about 130 bucks. Has flat knobs, which is kind of cool. It's a little different. I'm not used to using Daiwa, so I didn't find it to be, hindering anything. So it's just a little bit different. The T-wing system that you might have heard about is actually something that Daiwa does, and it actually is supposed to help with casting, and I think it probably does. It's a pretty cool concept, and I'll show you a picture of that. But it actually, the line guides goes through there pretty easily, so I think that concept does make sense, and it does work. Overall, though, this is a solid reel. I've been really impressed with this Daiwa Tatula Ct. This is actually I think maybe the second Daiwa that I've ever owned, and I like it. It's a good size reel too. I like those compact reels for certain techniques. So there you go. That's the 4 new reels, new models from 4 of what I think are the top brands on the market. Now the tough thing is going to be to rank all these. It's like I said, they're all good. So if I had to rank these 4 brands, and not just on these particular reels, but the other reels that I've used and things like that, I'm going to have to say sticking with Shimano is number 1. Second choice is pretty hard, but I'm actually going to say it is the Daiwa. Now going on to who's going to be third and who's going to be last. I can't decide between Luz and Abu. They're both good. I have a lot more experience with the Abu Garcia, a lot more good experience, and a lot more bad experience. This is my first Luz, and like I said, that squeal after just 5 trips, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but until I try some more, I'm not going to be able to rank it any higher. So I'll go ahead and have these as a tie for third or for last, however you want to look at it. So again, this is my opinion. Tell me which ones you like the most and why.